We made it out here. What a difference a week makes. Last week I could drive anywhere I wanted. The snow was perfect. This week, all it wants to do is show you how deep it is. Whew, yeah, we broke through a couple times with the snow machine. That's kind of scary because it's still 2.5 feet deep. But in any case, what we're doing here today, so I cut down a gorgeous spruce over there, just beautiful. And my fault, the hinge was thin on one side and it ended up, a wind gust hit it and it broke and went over. So it got caught up in this birch. I didn't want to cut this birch down because it looks pretty healthy. In fact, it's one of the healthiest birch that I've ever cut. You can see it's solid all the way through the middle, no rot whatsoever. And it just so happens that we're going to need countertops out here. So, I mean, I realize I may not need them for a bit, but I believe that I am going to cut some 2-inch boards out of this and let them dry for a bit while we build the house. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get set up, cut some boards out of here. I don't know, I can probably do 10 footers at least, I think. So, and I have never done this out of birch. I'm not sure what to expect. I know it's pretty lively. Excuse me, but yeah, we might as well. I can't let the tree go to waste just because I took it down. I got to salvage it. So that's what we're going to do here today. Right after I get my helmet. So I've got hearing protection. All right, we'll get set up. Show you what I'm doing here. So when I've got a tree that's just naturally off the ground like this, if I cut that notch out, then I've got a place to start my saw. So now I need to get my that's not gonna work. Get my mounts in here and we'll be ready. So believe it or not, I actually forgot my setup blocks at the house. So that's not open. I'm gonna have to try to set this up by hand. That's much tougher. I need at least 6 1/4 for my opening so I avoid hitting the aluminum. Oh! Don't really have a good setup here. Sorry. Okay, now we will cut our slab off the top. Unfortunately, I'm on the wrong side of the log, so I'll get over there. Say that saw runs a little bit better too. I put a new genuine NGK spark plug in it and I leaned it out a bit. It was running really rich and it definitely wasn't reaching the full RPM that it should. So it's cutting a little better. Here. Holy cow, that's beautiful. That's absolutely gorgeous, huh? I think that might make some nice countertops. That's a heavy slab. Beautiful wood though. Okay, we're gonna cut them at 2 inches. I don't have my setup blocks once again, so we're gonna have to measure. So 2 inches over here. Yep, you're right on 2 inches there. Should be able to get 4 2-inch thick boards out of this. Uh-oh, that's bad. I think I just broke my U-bolt. Well, it's tight, but I just broke my U-bolt, so the one side's extremely tight, the other side just, and it's weird, I was just thinking about this, that I ought to have spare U-bolts in case they break. You guys will be the first ones to see this board ever. This is heavy. And I am right at the max that I can cut right now unless I remove the dogs on the saw. 2 more boards to go. That's tough. Holy smokes, that's a big board. Not even sure how to move this because it's more than I can pick up. Wow. There you are. That's what we're after. Wow, this is something else. I haven't cut boards this big ever out of pine or even oak in the past. You think Phyllis will be impressed? I think so. That'd make one fantastic table. Whew. Yeah. That's a lot of sawdust. Well, last board off this log, and you can see it kind of started to split right down the center of the board. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't mean it's not going to be okay. There's ways to remedy these things. Let's see if I can. Now this one, there's a knot partway down. Let's see what that looks like. That's a big chunk of wood right there. My goodness. Beautiful. Yeah. Geez. I'm letting Rick go after this, but that's okay. I think I may leave this part here, and tomorrow I might see if I can get some out of that. It looks like it's got some pretty good character with some knots and stuff in it, but I think I'm pretty much done for the day. Weirdly enough, the temp dropped about 15 degrees here in the last 10 minutes. It's weird. All of a sudden I can see my breath and it was like 50 degrees. I don't know what that's about, but I think it's time for me to leave.